Hello po, my name is Kian Gabriel Superable, and today I am going to explain about the two important features of the Earth's crust, which is the faults and folds. These are structures that are formed deep down the Earth. So let's take a closer look on how they form. So, what causes faults and folds? You might be thinking that the Earth's crust is just a single solid piece, but it's not. It's made up with large pieces called tectonic plates that constantly move, but we cannot see it since it moves very slow. When these plates interact by colliding, pulling apart, or sliding past each other, they cause stress to build up in the rocks. Depending on how these rocks respond to this stress, they either break or bend. So, in a simple explanation, if a rock breaks, it forms a fault. But if a rock bends without breaking, it forms a fold. So, moving on. What is a fault? So, a fault is a fracture or zone of fractures in the Earth's crust along which there has been movement, allowing two blocks of rock to move relative to each other. This movement can happen very suddenly, and it can cause an earthquake. Faults are categorized by the type that creates them. So there is normal fault, reverse fault, and strike slip fault. So the three main types of faults are the three of those. The first one is the normal fault. The normal fault is a very vertical fault, and it's formed by tensional stress, where rocks are pulled apart and the hanging wall moves downwards to the footwall. The second is reverse fault. It is a nearly vertical fault that is caused by compressional stress or squeezing of the crust, where the hanging wall moves upward relative to the footwall. Lastly, the third is strike slip fault. It is a horizontal fault that is caused by shear stress. The rocks slide horizontally past each other. The San Andreas fault is an example of a strike slip fault. Now, let's talk about folds. Folds are a wave-like bend or curve in a rock's layers. Folds are formed when rocks deform plastically under compressional stress. So instead of breaking, the rock's layers are curved or bent. There are many types of folds, but I'm going to talk about the three most common types of folds. The first one is anticline. It is an upward fold resembling an arch, and it is formed when rocks are compressed from the sides, pushing them upward. Second is the syncline. It is a downward fold like a valley or trough. The syncline is formed by compression, but this time the rocks bend downward, forming a trough or a U shape. And lastly, the third is the monocline. The monocline fold is a step-like fold where the horizontal layers bend downward or upward. Folding usually occurs deep underground where the rocks are hot and flexible. These structures can be eventually be seen on the surface through erosion and uplift, forming mountain ranges. And so to sum it up, folds form when rocks break due to stress, while folds form when rocks bend without breaking. Both of them plays a huge role in shaping the Earth's surface and in creating landforms such as mountains, valleys, and ridges. Understanding faults and folds not only helps us study Earth's history but also predict natural events like earthquakes, mountain formations, and etc. And that's it for my discussion about faults and folds. Thank you very much. And remember, even the earth beneath our feet is constantly changing and moving.